Mbappe. Is it Mbappe?
Mbappe.
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 Like Mbappe. Let's start again. I felt sorry for the French striker. Mbappe.
I'm leaving that in.
Fucking doing me over, man.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Great to be back. Do you know what? This morning when the alarm went off, first day back, school run, love the school run.
Your kid's back.
Huh?
Kid's back.
Yeah. Did you do the school run this morning?
No. My little girl's in nursery and she's not back till Wednesday. I'm taking on Thursday, but
The school run. Every parent, like, you don't understand unless you're a parent, do you?
Yeah.
You don't understand. Well, did you have a nice New Year?
I did. Yeah, pretty simple. I'm getting to that age now where it's less about filling a house and getting wasted. I think I was in bed by about 10:30.
Yeah.
Woke up at midnight. Was like,
I fell asleep at 10 to 12. 10 to 12, and I woke up to fireworks just going. So what I do when that happens is I just pretend I'm in like a war film.
yeah, taking cover,
Yeah, just pretend I'm in like Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Macklemore.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
I do. I just wish I could pull it off myself, but you look good.
I got this because I went to a show a few weeks before Christmas and it was fucking freezing.
Yeah,
Like cold.
yeah,
And I know I've been doing comedy a long time now. Well, I say a long time. A long time to know this.
Yeah.
I should know that certain rooms are cold. And I went there and I sat in the green room and it was literally like my nipples were like bullets. And I was just fired. And I was sat there and I thought, I should have brought a coat. So, and Simon Brodkin was on the gig.
yeah.
And he turned up and he had a big fleece on. And I was so jealous of him
Yeah.
having this fleece in there.
Need one of them.
Yeah. And I just thought, I'm going to get. And the next day I went and got one.
Yeah.
And I went and you know what? It was on a discount. So I don't care how much of a prick I look with it on.
No, you pull it off. It's good.
It's comfy. And do you know what's so funny is every gig I've done since that. So since that, I've done like another 10 gigs. Every time I turn up to a gig now, if I put it in the car, either way, even if I'm wearing another jacket, I wear another jacket on stage.
Throw it on top.
And every comic's jealous. But if it's a cold room,
Yeah.
if it's a cold room, I'm just sat there, just
Yeah.
comfy. Even went to New Year's Day, even went out with a family for some food.
Yeah,
My cousin was there. My cousin who done these little designs for us.
yeah. Looking good.
Yeah. He was there and he said, it's fucking freezing here. He's like, I want your jacket. And I was like, it's my jacket.
Undo the zip and just come
Honestly,
on. Go in for a cuddle.
It's the best, one of the best. It's a class for cuddling. The kids love it. Not my kids. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I don't just
Standing
want
outside schools like,
to say anyone want to cuddle.
it's like a sheep, children. Come on.
But yeah, the kids have a good Christmas.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Ava, she's at that age now where she's really like, she's in. She loves
How
it.
old's Ava now?
She'll be 4 in April.
Yeah, it's the same age as Jude.
Yeah, they just get like so excited and asking when it is and
Yeah.
loving the magic of it and then yeah. Like the year before, it took her about 3 days to open the presents. Like she would open a few, play with it, and then lose a bit of interest. But I think she opened the presents this year in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, you've got to, with kids, you've got to have. I mean, obviously, it's class, isn't it?
Yeah.
Christmas is class. I love Christmas. I love spoiling people for Christmas. I do.
Yeah.
I love buying my missus stuff. I love buying. I actually think in Christmas terms, I'm a giver.
Yeah.
I think I'm a giver in life.
Yeah.
In all terms.
Yeah. You get back what you put in.
Take that how you want. I'm a giver in all ways. I'm not a receiver. I'm a giver. I'm a giver. I'm honestly a giver. I am a giving person. I love buying things for people.
Yeah. I really don't. I don't like getting presents.
Well, you don't like receiving presents?
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable and I feel like their eyes are on you to see the reaction and I feel like, ooh.
Yeah,
I never like telling people what I like, but I do like buying presents and seeing people's reactions. So I like the thing I hate about receiving presents. I like it when I'm giving presents. So
yeah.
I think
especially if you know you've got them a good present.
Yeah.
It can be nerve-wracking. It can be nerve-wracking getting someone a present that you don't know if they're going to like it.
Yeah.
And you can see when someone doesn't like a present.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who.
Well, do you want to learn a trick for that? Someone taught me. Because if you're like naturally like quite happy and like, oh, Merry Christmas, oh, thanks for my present, and you're smiling, then you open your present, your natural reaction when you see it is to relax your face.
Yeah.
So you look disappointed and then you smile again, you look like you faked it. So, no, sorry, if you're smiling as you're opening it, I'm going to get there. Smiling as you're opening it, then when you see what it is, your face will drop and then you'll smile again. It looks like you don't like it. Whereas if you keep your face neutral while you're opening it and then smile.
Who taught you this?
I can't remember. If whoever taught me it, if it was you, pop it in the comments because I can't remember. But good trick though.
When I was a kid, I wanted the Batman costume. Nice. I'll have been about 6, 7. I think my mum's got a home video of me as a kid. And I open up the present and it's a Robin costume. Oh. No, they'd sold out Batman. My mum was a good mum.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. The kids don't give a fuck, do they?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Wanted the Batman one, but that'll do. It's on video.
Just feeding that back, man. Just feeding that back.
It's on video as well.
Yeah.
Kids don't care. No. I went out the other day and I got a tracksuit, a new tracksuit, because I thought, I'm running out of tracksuits since I've got the dryer work. So we didn't have the dryer working for ages.
Oh, right.
Dryer's in the garage.
Yeah.
We have a garage, yeah. Garage. Dryer's in the garage and we didn't have it working for ages, so we were just literally putting everything on the radiators. And we got it back working now, so I'm sure that my clothes are shrinking. Have that on, putting weight on.
Could be both.
Could, yeah. Since the dryer's been back working, things are getting tighter, so I thought I need a new tracksuit, something just to relax and chill in, go to the gym in, that type of stuff.
Slobs, that's what we call them.
Yeah, but I'm into fleeces at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm like a fleece fetish. So I was
fetish?
Yeah, it must be like a fleece. It is a fleece fetish, it must be. I'm loving it. I don't know if it's do you know, the older I'm getting, the more, I'm saying I'm old, I'm 33, but the older I'm getting, the more I'm not giving a fuck about what I'm wearing, unless it's comfy.
It just becomes less important. You don't want the latest clobber.
Crocs. Yeah. I'm surprised there's not a fucking big wolf on the back of this. Should I one of them? Yeah. Honestly,
I'm going to find you one of them. You're going to have to wear it.
I'd wear it. Honestly, it's nothing. And you know, I don't understand people who like, because there's so much good stuff out there that you can buy that's expensive and it's so uncomfortable. And then you can just get like really comfortable shit, cheap stuff. Yeah. You
start to realise like who you're buying it for. Are you buying it because it's popular and you want to look the part?
Yeah.
Or are you buying it for you because you like it?
Like them Prime drinks.
Yeah, oh, fuck.
People queuing up outside Aldi, Tesco for Prime. What is it?
I think it's just a sports drink. But because it's KSI and is it Logan Paul or
absolute geniuses? Them
oh
two.
Man,
absolute geniuses.
It's like you could get that, or you should get a kind of Monster or a Lucozade or whatever. But they're selling for like hundreds of pounds or something like for a drink.
Insane.
It's got a sell by date.
I mean, yeah, Prime. But does it even taste nice?
I wouldn't know, mate.
I've never tried one.
No, I don't think I don't want to be one of these people who like you get people like you always get it with Game of Thrones. If someone's like, oh yeah, it was like that on Game of Thrones, I liked it, blah blah, and they're like, oh, never watched Game of Thrones, never watched Game of Thrones. It's like a badge of honor, innit? Yeah, I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh, I've never had Prime, I wouldn't touch it, but genuinely, I'm in no rush to try what this fucking drink. I mean, I've not had a kind of Monster in about 4 years, so
especially, I'd try it.
Oh, if you gave me a bit of it, I wouldn't go out and buy one.
Yeah. You'd be better off buying a bag of cocaine. The price of it. Yeah. I don't take cocaine, by the way. No. I'm not saying you'll be better off doing that. Yeah. Let me just say that.
It could be classed as a Prime energy boost, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Coca-Cola used to have cocaine, didn't he?
Did it? It came from
Didn't Elon Musk say he's going to buy Coca-Cola and put the cocaine back in it? Was it Elon Musk who said that, innit?
Probably.
He's mad. Shit,
it's off his head. Yeah.
He's what was I going to say though?
He's bought Twitter just to like play about with it, hasn't he? Just to mess with
people. Imagine having that much money
and that much power with it as well.
That's class, isn't it?
Yeah. Jesus.
What would you do if you're a billionaire? If you're a multi-billionaire?
I'd buy a nice car to play about in.
Yeah.
So I'd probably buy a new gaff.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Go on holiday and probably not come back. What about you? What'd you do?
Get statues built. Statues. Yeah. But I'd make the cocks bigger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Naked statues with my cock massive.
Yeah.
I don't understand old school statues. Yeah. Apparently, I read up, because I actually looked this up. Apparently, don't know if this is true, that, because if you look at old statues, Roman statues, they've all got little dicks.
Yeah.
But apparently that was like a good thing.
Like a sign of wealth or something.
I don't know what it was. Sign of like, I think if you had like a big dick, you were meant to be like, I don't know what that means. But
all the lasses were missing out there, weren't they? All blokes.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me just check that on the. We haven't got the computer set up, have we?
Oh no, I haven't. I can grab my laptop.
Do you reckon with old school? statues. Dicks. Penis statue. Oh, I could buy you one.
Oh, mate. That's my birthday as well. So.
There's actually one I've never seen before. I don't think that'd be so funny getting that. I'm gonna get that for the thing.
Your internet search history now is going to fucking hell.
Just a guy with a semi on. Where's it? This is why. Here we go. Do you want me to just keep reading on here on the laptop? Or do you want me to just read it? Old school statues, dicks. So go down and go to Cosmopolitan. Look at the dicks on them. They've got some big bushes, haven't they? That was when bushes were cool. They didn't trim them, did they? Look at that.
That's styled, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a groomed dick. It looks like a walnut whip. If you go further down to Cosmopolitan, there's an article. It said the Cosmopolitan one. There, this is why men in ancient. What's it? This is why men in ancient statues all have small penises.
Image no longer available. Shame.
Just say, have you ever been doing the rounds of a museum? What's it going to say? I can't see with the light. Taking in the sights. What's it say?
Have you ever been doing the rounds of a museum, taking in the sights, soaking up the culture, and suddenly been struck by how unthinkably tiny the men's penises are in all the statues?
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell. I'll tell you what, you're not the only one. If you've looked at these statues and wondered why the blokes in them were so bloody keen to get their kit off and get clayed up. Fancy getting clayed up tonight.
What, did they have to clear them up first?
What, like
make the statue?
Make a mould, maybe?
I didn't know that.
No,
I thought they just...
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, it does.
Because there's not much to shout about down there, if you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean, there you go.
Hey, do you know what I mean? Thankfully, somebody's answered this ongoing question. Why did they all have such small dicks? Was it a case of generally being much colder back then? Because we all know what happens to a chilly penis. There's your clip. Or we were mistaking these guys for adults when really they were prepubescent kids. Okay, let's take a turn.
Ever on the front? Oh, yeah. It's just turned into a fucking nonsense post.
I know, yeah. I'm going to get a fucking knock on the door of the Jimmy Savile police.
From the front line of investigating Liam's computer.
Bring you the answers.
We bring you the answers. What are the answers? Just fucking give us the answers.
Yeah, it's clickbait shit, innit? We've actually got an art historian, blah, blah, blah. After reading certain questions to blog, blah, blah, blah. It's all to do with the cultural values, apparently. So just as in today's world, big penises are seen to be as valuable and manly, things were completely different back then. Most evidence point towards the fact that small penises were considered better than bigger ones.
But why? Tell me. I'm intrigued now. The clickbait's got me.
One of the reasons historians such as Kenneth Dover in his landmark Greek homosexuality, his book Greek Homosexuality, have suggested that small penises were more culturally valued.
It would be so much better if his name was Ben.
Ben Dover.
Kenneth Dover. Go on, sorry.
I'm getting the word.
What was it because of? Small penises were more culturally valued. Is that large penises were associated with very specific characteristics: foolishness, lust. And ugliness. Told you. That, you know, like, look at my big dick.
Hey, you guys. So bad luck if your boyfriend's got a whopper. He wouldn't have been such a lad back in the ancient Greek times. That's why I'm perhaps not as successful as I am. It's my big dick.
Yeah. Big dick.
Big dick energy.
That's
See Greta Thunberg with that. Who's that lad?
Yeah, Greta Thunberg with what's he called?
I can't remember.
Crazy guy.
He's got a name he's got the same name as someone else who's pretty famous.
Yeah, he's famous. That's Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate,
the most famous guy on the planet. He's the most.
I always think of Andy Tate, from
yeah.
the Man United reviews.
I thought
he's like Burnley.
Yeah.
Boys there.
I think the Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg. Fucking hell, they should just have a fight. They should just have a fight.
Yeah. Imagine that if she kicks his ass though.
I know. She reminds me of that girl, who punches the tree. Have you ever seen it on the viral videos?
Oh, I don't know. Don't think so.
Put girl punching a tree. Girl boxing tree. Girl boxing tree.
Like some studio now.
There she is.
Oh, yeah.
There's Greta.
Welcome to the boxing tree. She does look a bit like her.
There she is. There's Greta there. Look at her. Getting psyched up. That's her training for Andrew Tate. Why don't you take this tree out?
To make a beat out of that, like.
She's pretending that's Andrew Tate.
Fucking hell.
That's
Jesus Christ.
That's when like you laugh at the start and then she starts doing that.
You're like, oh no. This is Greta as she's walking to America because she doesn't want to get a plane and pollute the air. So she's taking a walk and punching trees. Fuck me. Some people struggle with that with an axe.
She's going for it. I don't know why she doesn't have goggles on. I'm bringing health and safety into this.
She's like, oh, I've got a splinter.
Yeah. There you go. Andrew Tate there.
Jesus. That's going to go. I just took out her dad.
The new Rocky looks shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I've seen it all with Andrew Tate, and I don't know what to believe. I don't. You know, with me, I'm very ignorant when it comes to the news and shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
Just don't get emotionally invested.
I don't find out unless it's outside my window.
Yeah.
If it's on the front door, if the front door, and if it's on the front window, if I open my curtains, and then it's happening in the front of the house, that's when I'll find out. I just think, I don't know, there's that much propaganda and bullshit that it's like you see do you know what pisses me off? People on Facebook who believe everything on Facebook.
Yeah.
It doesn't piss me off anyway. I don't know why it pisses me. It makes me go, wow. How are you that stupid? How are you that stupid that you can go on and like there'll be like some link to someone like always happens, you know when do you know when someone like a paedophile gets caught? Yeah? And they get sent to jail. Like or a killer or a murderer. It's always like Ian Huntley, for example. Ian Huntley got attacked today in jail and is needing his neck stitching up after he is in a real critical condition and all that. And it's been shared like 30,000 times. And don't get me wrong, if that really happened, that is something to celebrate about. Oh, yeah. But everyone's like, yes, this is great news. And then like, all you have to do is go on Google and do an Ian Huntley search. And like, it's just never happened. Yeah. Do you know, like I'm thinking, why do people, so fast to comment on stuff without actually like, you know, like just checking the facts straight away? I'm a big fact checker. Yeah. Someone tells me something, I'm going to check it, you know. It doesn't matter if the gossip, even if my missus tells me something that she knows is like 100% true, I have to check it.
Yeah. That's good though, that's a good habit to be in.
I have to. Like it could be there could be like somewhat on fire and everyone's going on about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Don't know why I said on fire. That's like some Step Brothers, isn't it?
Well, there is a fire.
Yeah, but I have to check it. I have to fact check everything.
Yeah.
Is my living room on fire? But Christmas, like back to Christmas, we're going totally off it. New Year, Christmas. The kids get anything nice? What did they get? Anything nice?
Yeah, it's got them some, like they're at the age where it's like toys and games and stuff to play with. So they got a few different bits.
What are they into?
They got a Paw Patrol tower. Quite into Paw Patrol.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Duke got that last year. Like he was like at that age last
year. Yeah, he loves it. Yeah, he's just drawn to it now.
My little girl, she's into Pokemon at the moment.
Oh, mint. I used to love Pokemon.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like it as a kid.
Oh, I used to have the game, so I got.
All my mates liked it. Yeah, she loves it. She loves anything to do with Pokemon.
You're talking about you got your Robin outfit, and you like it wasn't what you wanted, but you were like Ava was like this. She kept saying like, "What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas?" And the only thing she kept saying was she wanted an ice cream balloon.
Yeah, ice cream balloon.
Yeah, which we were like the same reaction. What the hell's an ice cream? But her cousin's got a little Polly Pocket ice cream that you open up and play.
Oh, right, yeah.
Play with. So we're like, oh right, like Indy's got, and kind of got the impression that's what she wanted. And then so we knew which one it was, saved it for our last present, and she opened it, and she was like, it's an ice cream, blah blah blah. But then wasn't quite the reaction we expected. And then we asked her, and we were like, "What did you ask? When you said ice cream balloon, did you mean an actual balloon?" She was like, "Yeah." Like just wanted an ice cream balloon to play with, something dead simple, nothing expensive. Just
what
like,
do you mean an ice cream, like a balloon?
A balloon that's an ice cream, because she loves messing with balloons, playing keep me uppy like on Bluey. She loves ice cream. She wanted an ice cream balloon, so we had to say like, I think maybe it blew away on Santa's sleigh, and she's like, I don't mind. Maybe Santa
Yeah, but
couldn't find one.
What's an ice cream balloon?
It's, a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just shaped like
ice cream in it.
It's just shaped like an ice cream.
She wants an ice cream balloon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of ice cream in a balloon.
Yeah. Well, we were thinking, I was like, what the hell is that? What could it
She
be?
wants an ice cream shaped balloon.
Yeah, that's all she really wanted.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting her one, and we a few days later,
like that after you spent fortunes.
yeah, god damn it.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's always the shit things that they play with as well. You spend fortunes on your kids. For every adult
You want them to have everything, don't you?
Parent can relate to this, and especially when they're at that age, you buy them something like you can spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on like really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll play with the fucking box.
Yeah.
Or come in with like the box or balloons.
Can make this into a car. You're like, what?
Yeah. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck off, grow up.
Go play with Scale Electrics. I'll play.
Yeah. Jude's got wrestling figures.
Oh, get in.
I'm buzzing with that. And Nina likes wrestling figures as well.
Yeah.
Nina loves it. She likes the Pokemon, but she likes the wrestling figures as well.
Yeah.
I've done something really stupid though the other day, and he finds it so funny now. But he's been told by his mum he's not allowed to do it at school when he goes back today.
Yeah.
Because he is 4. But he's got
There you go.
He's got The Rock, he's got John Cena, and he's got Roman Reigns.
Nice.
And I was playing with him with his wrestling figures.
Yeah.
And when he hit one of them, I went, oh, look at this one that Roman Reigns does.
Yeah.
And as I hit Roman, I was like, John Cena. And I hit Roman Reigns, and then I bent his back and went, oh. And he found it hilarious. But now he's coming up to me all the time and going, oh. And I'm like, you can't be doing that, mate. You can't be doing that. Like, because he's going to do that in school, and people are going to be like, where have you heard that from?
My dad does it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's like his new crack. To be fair, it's really funny. He does it as it's his new crack now.
Yeah.
4-year-old, he goes up to people and says, can I tell you a secret? And then so they bend down, put their ear to him, and then he goes, oh. It's a bit weird, but
it works.
And I'm sat there laughing. Like, yeah,
you reckon you're gonna get a letter home or a phone call tonight when he gets back from school?
I should be all right. He knows not to say certain things.
Yeah.
I've taught him not to say certain things.
Sometimes we do stuff at home, just us. It's a bit of a laugh.
Yeah. I believe in that. I was brought up with me like my mum hates swearing. Still hates swearing. Like, I say that she's a bit more lenient now, especially the job I do.
Well, yeah.
Like, I call people cunts on stage. Like, my mum's been in the crowd. The first time my mum ever came to watch me, I actually referenced it. I said, "Oh, my mum's in the crowd. She hates swearing." I said, "That's because she's a cunt." I just done it just to piss her off. I got
Just say anything after you.
And I was like,
afterwards.
"Look, mum, it gets a laugh." What a cunt! Let's say it again. But
Did she pull you up afterwards?
no, she laughs about. But like, obviously,
I liked your set.
So I think if you're that strict with your kids, if you say you can't say this and you can't say that, I don't mean to assert. I swear on my kids. I do.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, like don't swear that much, but I will swear. And every now and again, I'll let them swear to me. I'll say, "Do you want to say a swear word?" The best was my daughter, 6 and 4. Jude's 4, Nina's 6. And I said to him, "Go on, do you want to say a swear word? Come on, there's just me and you two in the car. I'm driving."
Yeah.
I was like, "Go on," and they're both looking at each other and, "Should we say it or not?"
Is this a trick?
Yeah. I was like, "I'll let you." I said, "I won't tell you off. Go on." And I was like, "Go on." And I said to him, "Go on." And then he went, "What?" I said, "Say a swear word." And he went, "Bollocks." And I was like, "Yes." I sat laughing. I was like, "Now your turn." You know that? And Nina was like, "What?" I was like, "Go on." I said, "I'll let you swear once." I said, "Just," and she was like, "Pussy ass bitch dickhead." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?"
Where's that from?
Yeah, I was like, fucking hell. Yeah, so but they don't swear. They're good. Like, they know not to swear as well. They were both playing with the Nerf guns the other day. They got a terrible cough. I've had a fever. I'll tell you about that in a sec.
Time
It's gone now.
Yeah. So you need germs all over the microphone.
Yeah. They were both playing with some Nerf guns the other day, and I walked in, and they both went quiet. And he's like, and she was, "I didn't mean to say that." And she was like, and Nina said, "He didn't mean to say it, Dad."
Oh.
And I was like, "Say what?" I was like, "Say what?" And she was like, "He couldn't get his Nerf gun working." And I was like, "Yeah."
And he said,
I was
"Bitch ass."
I know, yeah. I was like, "What about it?" I said, "Just what's up with it?" And And he was like, well, he said, and he always says this, he says, well, can I repeat what I said?
Oh, he's a clever lad.
Yeah, you can't. He said, and you're not going to tell me off? I was like, no, I'm not going to tell you off. What did you say?
Smart lad.
He said, and I went, fuck. And I was like, right. He said, I said the F word. I was like, what F word? He went, fuck. Fucking hell. I think he said fucking hell or something like that. So I was just like, right. I said, you can't say that, mate. I said, you can't say that one. I said, don't mind bitch. Bitch is sound, but and bloody. But
start at the bottom, work your way up to
you
the
can't
big
say
ones.
that. I said, your mum. And then I went down, and later on the night, I spoke to Corinne. And I said, oh, I don't like to crass on them, but I said, Jude swore upstairs. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, he said, fuck. And she was like, that's stopping now. I was like, all right, no problem. You can be in charge of that. So she won't have it. Like, to be fair, I wouldn't have them swearing on people. No. I would never have. I hate that. I can't stand kids who swear, like, in public.
Yeah.
With, like, the parents. Now, there's a big difference to swearing in the private time. And I don't mean, I wouldn't have them just swearing all the time at home. I wouldn't have it as that. I wouldn't. Maybe if they wanted to on the road, that's up to them. That's their life, isn't it? But I wouldn't have them swearing as like around the house. I think it's scruffy.
If it was relevant to something you were saying about someone.
Yeah, I think it's scruffy though.
Yeah, I agree.
Kid swearing, I I heard some kid walking home with his mum the other day when I was coming out of the school run. He was like, fucking. And I was thinking, I'd definitely be getting a.
That's it though. If his mum or dad or whoever's walking with him doesn't say it out, he's going to keep doing it. He thinks it's cool.
I'd have got a rolling pin around my head.
Yeah.
Or something. My mum hates swearing. Honestly, she's bad. She's like really hates swearing. My dad's not. I think it was the first time I started talking to my dad. Like, I didn't realise. I never ever used to swear on my dad until I was. And now I just talk to him like a bloke, like it's like we're mates.
You don't make a point of swearing, but he just comes up. And
but my mum, I won't swear. I try not to swear on my mum, but I only swear when I want to piss her off.
Yeah.
So like I'll be watching something. If I go around to see my mum and dad, I'll be watching something on the telly, and if something happens, I'll go, shit. And she'll go, hey, pack that in. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
won't change. That's it.
We've never changed, ever. Yeah. But like,
do you remember the first time you swore in front of her?
Oh yeah, I was a twat. I was a twat. I would, because I do things to get bites. Yeah. So I would do it but I'd cut my nose off, spite my face, me.
Oh yeah.
I used to do things that, like, I remember getting pulled in. My mum worked at the school. Secondary school. My mum worked at secondary school, and she must have had such a shit time when I was there, because my other brothers were like A-star students. Yeah, they like really clever lads. I'm just clever in other ways. But no,
he's a giver.
I'm the giver. My brothers were really clever, academically, and my mum worked as she was like a head of year at the end. She wasn't a head of year for my year, but she was more like first of all,
SLT,
she was a truancy officer,
right?
And I used to nick out all the time, and she used to get like messages saying James Covington is not in French. And I'd be like round my mates cooking a cake. First time she caught me with my mate and me, we were doing pull-ups in the toilets. We used to nick out to go in the toilet.
Gotta go and work out.
And then in the end, I just like, I wouldn't encourage this for kids, and I wouldn't, especially not my kids. Like the thing is about Jude doesn't really like school. Nina loves it, so and if she likes it, but like that's great. And like school, like it's obviously you've got to be. If you like it, then you'll do well. But for me, I couldn't I was probably ADHD. I probably have. I haven't been tested yet, but on the test when I do them all online, I'll get it tested soon. I'll find out.
I like I said, I mentioned it before. I got diagnosed ADHD, ADD over the summer, and I've read up a lot about it, and I've done a lot. And Did you
just go to the doctors?
Yeah. Because of the MS, I'm already like in with the neurology bit, so it was quite. It was easier for me to sort of get a diagnosis, but. I think it's like a 2-year waiting list for the NHS to go through.
Find out ADHD?
Yeah, see if you got it. I would, I'd be putting your name on the list now just to
I'm just ring him every day and they'll tell me I've got it. You've definitely fucking got it.
Yeah. Just ringing. I forgot,
No, I've definitely got it. There was
you go private and get a diagnosis.
I tried to do the test. I tried to even fake the test, and it still said I had it 97%. and then I done it like for real, and it's like you 100% got it. I've got OCD. Like I'm a clean freak. Like
OCD.
Oh, mental.
Really?
Yeah.
I always
I'll have a shit.
Right.
And then after a shit, I have to have a shower every time.
Really?
And obviously, I can't do that when I'm in public.
Yeah.
So baby wipes with me to every gig. Never have a crusty ass.
You heard it here first.
And I'm a giver.
Because I always think OCD and ADHD to a certain extent is something that people love to say they've got when they haven't. Like, oh, it messes with my OCD, that. And you're like, would you leave the airport to go and sort it out and miss your flight to go on holiday? No, like, you probably haven't got OCD then. Whereas you're like, I'm having to sort stuff out to.
It's so many weird things. So many weird things. Like the one I used to have as a kid. Maybe I've trained myself out of it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I just had it. I don't know if I've got it really. My missus thinks I've definitely got it.
Yeah.
I do things like that still. If I rub my eyes like that, I've got to rub them eyes and rub them and do that. I would do it like a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then
like a tick.
Yeah, and then if like the door's not shut, I won't shut the door. I shut the door in here all the time. Every time we do it. I know we have to over the podcast, but it's constantly like, I have to make sure people
things have to be a certain way.
Yeah, all the time with everything. Certain things with loads of stuff. If I put my phone on flight mode when I'm doing a gig, I have to take it off flight mode, then put it back on flight mode, then take it off flight mode. I must check it like 20 times. And then I've got, what's this? I've got that weird thing where like I think stuff like, I'll tell you something that's true. I was coming back from a gig, right?
Yeah.
And I said to myself, all the rest of my gigs this week are it was when I had an old Berlingo van. Yeah. All the rest of my gigs this week are going to be shit, right? If I don't drive 10 miles with the window down, it was freezing outside.
Oh, mate.
Right? And I just had it was like my face was like numb at the end. And I was like, fuck, and then in halfway through, I was like, no, it's got to go to 20.
Oh, mate.
So what's that?
Yeah. I think that's part of ADHD.
Oh, is that ADHD?
Because I used to do things like that when I was walking home from school. It'd be like, I have to hold my breath in between that lamppost or my family will die. But that is a bit of it might be OCD, but I've not got OCD. But I think people just do that. It's when your brain like.
I used to do it all the time when I was running. If I don't reach this lamppost now.
Yeah.
Before this car, I'm going to die.
Yeah. There's like setting yourself challenges, and then there's also like being a bit dark about it.
Like, yeah. I always had stuff like that to it.
Yeah.
And then like, so where were we going? We were going with someone. I was talking about something with the
OCD cleaning stuff, crusty ass.
I've got to be clean. Maybe I'm just a clean freak. I am a clean freak.
Yeah.
I will vouch this with anyone. If anyone comes up to me and smells me, even you smell me.
I literally was setting up that camera before. I was like, fucking that James always smells nice.
Yeah. Literally always like if someone comes up to me, like, there's one thing I pride myself on, smelling nice. I can't stand. Maybe it's a smell thing. Can't stand smells. Bad smells are my.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing.
So everything has to be always clean because you don't want it to smell bad.
Someone smells near me. I couldn't sit next to a girl in school. Teacher ended up kicking me out of the class because I wouldn't sit next to her because she stunk.
Yeah.
I would never say her name. I'd never do that. But she stunk. Like we were like 13-year-old.
Yeah.
My mum was like, "You're getting in loads." I was like, "Mum, I'm not sitting next to blah 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 because she stinks." And my mum had to write a letter into the school. Yeah. Well, she never because she worked there. She had to write her.
Oh yeah.
And tell them. But yeah, back to my mum working at the school. I'd get myself like from swearing and stuff. I used to. Once I got kicked out of a lesson. Because of something happening, I can't remember what it was, and I got sent to the head of year.
Right.
And when I got there, my mum was there, and I was like, "Well, this is unfair." I was like, and the head of year was like, "Well, it's not." I was like, "Well, of course it is." I said, "Because if so-and-so got in trouble, they wouldn't have the mum in the school."
Yeah.
I said, "Why does my mum have to come in all the time?" And I sat down like probably a cocky. I was never a nasty kid.
Yeah.
I was just cocky and a bit like not cocky, nasty.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah, cheeky.
Funny and cheeky. I'd always. Because I can't take anything serious, ever. Even funerals, I can't take serious. I can't take anything serious. I'm serious to a point, but I've always something going on in my head.
Literally, like your comedian brain, I think, is just always trying to see the funny, positive side.
I've always been like that since a kid. And then she said something like, "Your language is bad." I was like, and I muttered under my breath something like, "Fucking hell," like that. and the teacher said, "This is in front of my mum." And the teacher said, "If you swear anymore, you're going to be suspended." I said, "Good fucking you, fuckity, fuck." And I walked out.
Mic drop.
And I never got suspended. I was like, "Yeah, fucking called your bluff, you bitch." Now look at me, I'm on stage calling people cunts and getting paid. That's not cool, though. It's not cool for any kid watching this. No. If any kid ever watches it, no. Yeah. I was like I say, I was just cheeky. I wasn't interested. I could have been a really good student probably because if I find something I like, but I think this is with a lot of people.
That's ADHD, man. That's you're so distracted all the time, but then you find something that actually does interest you, you become hyper focused on it.
Yeah, I was like that with boxing. I was like that with. Obviously, I'm like that with comedy. I'm mental with comedy. Yeah. People don't realise that. I think that's why I'm doing with whole being big-headed. I think that's why I'm doing well because I'm obsessed with comedy. Like what are they doing that's good.
Yeah.
I'd never ever copy anyone.
No.
But if they're writing, if I read up on someone,
Writing styles or topics.
Yeah, if I read up on someone, like someone told me Ross Noble.
Been to see Ross.
Ross is brilliant.
Yeah.
Someone told me Ross Noble writes like he just goes in the dictionary and gives a word and then he'll draw it into a spidergram. And someone told me that. I don't know how true it is. I can imagine it would be true with Ross. And he just draws diagrams off it and does loads of jokes about that word. And I was like, I'll try that way one time, and I'll try. There's different ways that you can write comedy, and I think
like practicing making something funny or drawing out the funny side. I imagine that's good for your crowd work because you don't know what they're going to say. You don't know what the topic's going to become.
My crowd work. I was talking to Daz earlier on.
Yeah,
the lad who does the photography next door, and I was talking to Daz, and my crowd work.
Daz Mac, photographer extraordinaire.
There you go, Daz Mac. Daz Mac. Yeah. Photographer extraordinaire. Yeah. There you go, Daz.
Yeah.
Plug that.
We'll link him in the comments.
Daz is Daz, what the fuck am I about? Daz is on my brain. When I was talking to Daz, he said, because he came to the last show, he was doing some photography there. He said, how do you think of the crowd work? And I just went, it's good, Annie. No. And it's genuinely is I don't know. I've been trying to work out. I sound like such a narcissist when I speak to other comics.
Right.
And I'm talking to them on my own. And I'm like, what do you think I'm doing right? Because I know it's went down well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every gig's amazing, but most of them are good.
Yeah.
And that's not being a bell end. That's just telling the
truth. Because you're grafting. Yeah, man.
That's telling the truth. Mm-hmm. And go off and I'm getting a following basis because people. Yeah. And then sometimes, but then if I'm emceeing a gig and I'm going on as an MC, I think this is the same with every MC though. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to say. Yeah. And even when I'm walking, but I do that with most gigs. Even when I'm doing a set, I'll have something in my head and I'll think, right, I've got a little spine that I can go down. I've got jokes that I know that I can go to. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm walking onto stage, even when I've done the big theatres, when I'm actually walking onto stage, I'm like, what am I opening with? In my head, I'm going, right, what am I opening with? I'm looking out to the crowd now, I'm waving, I'm smiling. But in my head, I'm thinking,
you're taking someone.
Right, yeah, is someone going to do something? Because every single time something else happens.
Someone will shout something.
Someone will shout something. You might go, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? You've got to be, and I think to be that next level again, you've got to be one step ahead every time. You've got to be a few steps ahead, haven't you?
Yeah. To
be the best boxer in the world as well, like Floyd Mayweather, you've got to be like 4 steps ahead. Mm-hmm. So you've got to be like that in comedy.
It's like chess.
On stage, of course it is. You've got to set them up. Yeah. But it's been, like I say, it's been good. The last year's been good. This year is going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. What's your plans this year? What's your goals? Apart from obviously this podcast, which will take off.
Yes, man. Podcast is definitely up there on the list. I don't know. For me, I just want to get a bit better at a little bit better at the things I'm doing well and try and focus more on the positives, I think. So I've got obviously we're doing the podcast, which I'm really enjoying. I run the brewery and distillery. We've got new products coming out.
How's the brewery doing?
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good. I'm enjoying it. It sort of quietened down last year because I was sort of working on a few other projects as well, so it had to take a bit of a back seat. But this year I really want to try and push it a bit more.
Do you get high on your own supply?
Occasionally, yeah. Why not? It's there, I put my graft into it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping to kickstart it a bit more next year.
Do you drink your own stuff?
Yeah, I will. I'll always draw a few cans back for myself, but then I try not to because as a business, which I don't like. I try not to think about it too much. I don't try and think of profit and loss and real business focus for it. I just enjoy it and want to keep doing it. And it will then become something that I have to focus more on from a numbers point of view and a business.
I couldn't do that.
No, just doing what I enjoy, I think, really.
No, I mean, not in a bad way. I mean, I couldn't do that, because if I bake a cake, I'll eat the full cake. Yeah. No, I won't eat the full. I'll give it a bit. I'll be like, if it tastes nice, I'll be like, yeah. I'll be like that. I'll be drinking them and yeah, I made this. Yeah. And I'll just end up drinking my whole profit. It'd be all gone. Yeah. And then I'd just become a pisshead.
I mean, there's still time. Yeah. The best moment I had with it was, I think, was it last year or a year before? I had my first beer, which I'd done. It's called Striptease. Teasers in Teesside. Yeah. And it was on draft in the New Inn in Yarm. All right. And my dad was up, so I took my dad for a pint and bought him a pint of my beer in a pub. Yeah. We both had a pint, and I don't know if you liked it. Yeah,
Did you tell him behind the bar?
Yeah, well, he knew me. Obviously, I dropped the kegs on that off. He knew who I was, but I introduced my dad, and I was like, "Yeah, this It's just like a nice moment. And
Came out of his balls.
Yeah.
I made this beer, but it came out of his balls.
Yeah, I came out of his balls. This beer came out of my brain.
Yeah, class.
Yeah.
So, do you know, like, well, obviously you told me, obviously, what a lot of people won't know who've started following this podcast is about, because Liam is the director and what would you call it? My co-host.
I would say I'm a producer / co-host.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not co-hosting constantly, but I'm dipping in and out of stuff.
Yeah,
and
you'll see
maybe
Liam
on
a lot more on
the
the podcast, a lot more.
Yeah.
But you've got MS.
I do, yes.
When did you find out
For
you
my
had
troubles.
MS?
I started to realise I had it probably sort of late 2017, early 2018. I think, but it was only when I then started starting with all the doctor's stuff and getting checked out and stuff, and then I got diagnosed like September 2018, I think.
Because you're very positive, aren't you, about it? You are very.
I try
positive.
to be. Yeah.
When you first found out, how were you? Honestly,
I wasn't like, it wasn't like I was gutted. I was a small part of me was relieved, because at least I knew it was something.
Yeah.
And now I can start to like deal with it.
Get medication.
Try some medication, try and eat better if I can, or change my habits, which gradually over the past 4 years I've done quite a bit of. But then there's been like, up and down moments. It's like a roller coaster. Like, there are days when I do feel more positive and I just get on with it. And there's days when, because there's two types of MS basically. There's one called relapse and remitting and one that's called progressive. I've got relapse and remitting, which means it's supposed to get really bad and then it'll like your symptoms might go away for a bit and then they'll come back again and go away for a bit. Progressive never get better, they just gradually get worse.
Yeah.
And whilst I was diagnosed as having the first one, I've never felt better and I've always felt gradually worse. So I don't know if it's like a misdiagnosis or it can go on to something called secondary progressive. So I basically wake up every day with a hangover without the drink, but it's tough, man. I just,
people pay for that though.
Well, yeah. At least they have the bit they enjoy first.
Nah, cool. But like I said,
positivity is the key in it for anything. Like you were saying, like about your own comedy, like your comedy, it's looking at what's gone well.
Yeah,
and that's going to make you feel better.
You've got a good life, though. You've got healthy kids. You've got a nice life. You've got a nice missus, and I think it is what there's a lot of people complain about shit, don't they, when they haven't got anything actually wrong. Yeah. People complain too much.
They like to have a something that they can go on about.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong. Everyone moans. I moan myself. Sometimes I catch myself on now though. As I've got a little bit older, I do catch myself on. Sometimes I'll be moaning and I'll think, fuck, like, why am I moaning? Yeah. No, little things. The other day, Boxing Day, I went to pump the tyres up on my missus's car. Yeah. And I was saying to her, I was going on like, oh, you don't know how to do this, like winding her up. Yeah. I was having just a laugh with her. Yeah. And as I pulled the air out the tyre, the valve snapped off. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I heard it going, shh. And I knew she didn't know because she's just sat in the car with Jude. My other little one was away on holiday with her mum. And I was just like, I thought I fucked it there because I looked and the valve was like sheared off. Yeah. Oh, shit. And I was like, Boxing Day. And no one's open. Luckily, my mate was driving past at the time. Cammy was Chino's Pizzeria. There you go, Cam. Cammy helped me out. He has a big, massive Range Rover. And he put the hazards on and we were only like 0.4 mile away from the house. Right. Which is great. And I just drove like 7 miles per hour on the way home. It's just been sorted today. That's the first time I could get it sorted. So what are we on now? What are we on the 2nd? Yeah. 2nd of January today. Yeah. Was it the 3rd? Luckily, but then... And she was a bit angry at first, and she wasn't angry. She was just like, what? And I was like, you know what? I said, we've got it on the drive now. We've got 2 cars. What's the big deal? Yeah. And she said, no, you're right. She said, I was just getting a bit stressed because the little one was in the back, you know, at first when we were... And I was like,
what's... have to sort this out now.
Yeah, what is the big deal? Like, there's more to life. And I've started to become that attitude now. Not to the point where I'm just like it about everything, but I am. A lot of things I'm like, oh, well, I'm not dead. Yeah. You know what I mean? It could be still going to get the same information, or the same things are going to happen. You can choose to either get pissed off, dwell too much on like the negative stuff, or be like, you know what? I've seen an interview. If no one's watched it, it's like a positive but a sad interview on Paul Williamson, the boxer, right? A great boxer, Paul Williamson, and he got he was like world champion, had everything going for him. If if you type some of his fights in now. And what happened was he was going to I think it was his brother's wedding in America. He came off his super bike and paralysed himself.
Oh shit!
And like lost everything basically. Like
so
now he can't actually. He's in a wheelchair for life. And the guy who's interviewing him on HBO, which he asks him some pretty dark questions. He says, "On your moments alone," like he starts like saying, it's like you're like watching it and you're like, "Fuck me!" Like he's asking him like to the bone. This like
he's not beating around the bush.
Like, when you're on your own and do you have dark? And he was asking him about his thoughts and stuff, and he's so positive in it, and he says, "Do you know what?" He says, "I'm in a wheelchair." He says, "And if I was to mourn about it now," he goes, "I'd have two problems. I'm in a wheelchair and I'm mourning." And it just made me think. Wow. And he's like, and I was thought, and he goes, "I come with a tattoo and all that." And I was just like to have that sort of positivity in that situation. You got to give yourself a reality check sometimes. You know, like with certain things going on in life, like there's always people worse off. If you have that mentality of thinking that. And striving for what you want, then God, I should be a motivator.
Be on stage, yeah. But I was speaking to someone about through the MS and stuff because and that was my attitude was like, I don't want to go on and moan because I know there's people that are worse off. I know there's people with MS that have worse symptoms than me. There's people that have a better experience with it than I do, and that's. But the last I was talking to said, this is a doctor. This bird, I was like, no. But yeah, she explained like you're entitled to feel crap about your own situation. Don't be like, you can't feel shit. But then there is that positive spin on that. You can be grateful, I guess, that, well, yeah, it could be worse. I'm allowed to feel shit. I'm going to feel shit for a bit, but I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to keep going. And that's that kind of, it's you're feeling shit's a reaction that you can't help. It's natural. Yeah. It's how you then, right, am I going to sit in that negative thing and just feel sorry for myself? Or am I going to try and think, right, well, what normally lifts me out of a mood? Right, I'll do a bit of that. I'll talk to my family about it. I'll do that. You know what I mean? So,
my missus has helped me out loads with negativity.
It's class.
She's helped me out loads because she's been through a lot in her life. I'll go into that another time on another podcast. Yeah. Not with herself, with stuff that's...
Get her on.
Get her on. But like, no, she's never been through anything like, but she obviously Jude's my missus' ex-partner, he passed away from brain cancer.
Oh my God.
Like when he was a young lad.
Yeah.
Obviously very sad. And she's seen all that. She's seen all the trauma from that of a young person losing their life. So when I was going, when me and her got together and I was going through a bit of a bad time in my life, a very bad time, obviously a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
She used to sit and talk to me all the time about like, listen, like, you've got your life. Like you've got like, and she used to say, my biggest problem was when I was going through, which touch wood, I haven't had a moment like this for years now. When I used to go through like my bad times, I used to dig. I used to have a bad moment in my life, and like I'd have a bad thought, and I'd be thinking, oh, nothing's going well for me. I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna listen to sad music. I'm gonna feel sad. I'm gonna watch sad stories. I'm gonna watch sad stuff.
I'm gonna feed it.
I'm gonna feed that like sadness, and then she was just like, why don't you? And then she suddenly just started saying, do you know what? And she said, as soon as she felt like low at one point in her life, she'd just snap out of it. She'd go, right, I'm going out. I'm distracting my brain, and boom, out. And I do that now. So if I'm, there's a way you can tell yourself, like if you get up on the morning, right, even if you've had 4 hours sleep and you've had a bad night and the baby's been up, or you've just had a terrible sleep, but you say, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to go for a walk, and you push yourself to do that, you're gonna do it. Like I'm not like I've had glandular fever for the last, well, it's going now.
Yeah.
I had it for, which is funny as well, this story. But I've got a glandular fever, which everyone knows what glandular fever is. Well, me too. It's like a kissing disease, apparently. Get it from spit, you get it from microphones.
That's probably what it is. Yeah. We should have sat near the seat, shouldn't we?
Yeah. But you can, like obviously I haven't been able to train for ages. This morning's the first time I've been back training. Went for a run and stuff, and I'm gonna cut my weight again. But even this morning when I got up, I was like, fuck, I can't be arsed with the gym. Yeah. And then I was like, no, just fucking go.
Yeah.
Stop being a pussy.
Pretend it's work. Pretend you've got to get there.
Stop being a pussy. Fucking make yourself go.
Yeah.
If you like as soon as you get that mentality of, like you say, if you get things in order, life's better. If you plan it properly, like if you plan
structure.
Yeah, of course, 100%. If you've,
that's what people with ADHD need.
You need to do it. Anyone in life needs to do it. Like. Famous quote off Rocky, there is no tomorrow. And all that, like there is no tomorrow. And he's right. Like it's like Like
it's bad when you get hit.
Yeah. Like Johnny Vegas.
That's
Johnny,
he was on it last night.
yeah.
It's when you get to it, right? And
But when, like, if
sorry, I'm just imagining the Rocky film now, but with Johnny Vegas instead. I would watch that.
I'd watch it as well. I'll be honest. Monkey. That's like a David Brent version.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You seen that? Sorry, go off topic. Watched the first episode last night. It's Catherine Ryan and Ramesh Ranganathan.
All right.
It's like I think it's BBC, I think, or comedy. I don't know. It's on telly. They're a married couple trying for a baby, going through like IVF, and they choose to like rob their boss.
All right.
And the boss is Johnny Vegas.
Oh, class.
And he's like vintage Johnny Vegas in it, like shouting, swearing all the time. And it's but yeah, it's good, man. He's got comedians in it as well. I think you'd.
I'll give it a go. Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I can't remember his call. I'll text you though.
Yeah.
I'll put it on. It'll be on the screen here as well if anyone knows what it is.
It won't be on the screen.
No, I'll forget.
You'll have to do the search yourself.
Yeah. If you've watched this and it doesn't appear, comment Liam's a dick.
Yeah. Just comment that anyway.
Yeah.
Where were we going with it? What we were at?
I know I took us off topic.
Oh yeah, no. I'm usually good at doing that, but two people with ADHD. Well, I'm one person diagnosed, one person ready to be diagnosed.
Yeah.
If you're a doctor, message me.
Yeah, come on the show. You can diagnose him on air.
Yeah. So when we're like, if I start like structuring stuff like that and I make myself go, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I've started drinking loads of water again as well.
Yeah.
Troy Williamson got me onto the water.
Yeah.
Troy Williamson's like, you need to drink loads of water. Absolutely like caning water now. Yeah, this isn't a sponsor. It's from Aldi. I haven't made it that big yet. Aquavale, still spring water. It was like £1.65 for 4. So I'm trying to drink like at least 1.5 of these. Two of them a day. About 4 litres. About 4 litres. Do we have time for a piss break? Yeah. I'm dying for a piss. This is a class.
Yeah, man.
Damn it.
You just don't give a fuck.
I'd love to have a fight with Liam Gallagher.
Would you?
Yeah.
Think you take him?
In a minute.
Of course you are, you fucking boxer. Think you take him? Yeah, I'm a boxer. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm not Liam Gallagher clean out.
Not going to make him laugh to death.
Where were we going with it? So
About a piss.
Yeah, I'm just a piss there. If it's went all funny, I'm drinking my water so much now. I'm pissing all the time. Did you watch World Cup?
I did. Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. Actually, I didn't want to. Well, it's not. I didn't want to enjoy it. I was like one of them people that was a bit like, it's a bit shit that it's in Qatar. I don't agree that it should just be given to the highest, that it was paid the most, even though the country's not like. Do you know how it was all like? Well, if you don't like the rules, don't come to the country. But I'm saying the World Cup is an inclusive competition that the whole world gets behind. If you can't match the World Cup's morals and inclusive for everyone, and you can be gay, straight, whatever, you can come and watch it, you can have a drink, anyone can do anything, like it's the World Cup. If you can't commit to that, you shouldn't have the World Cup, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So I was a bit skeptical going in, but then I really got into it. I
just seen a lot of people kicking off about David Beckham.
Right, because he's got a payday out of it.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. Well, why wouldn't you? I would. My morals come at a price, don't worry.
Yeah. David Beckham. He's got a lot of money, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's flying.
He was one of the first footballers, I think, he's the reason we've got the likes of Pogba and people like that who are all about Instagram and what they can do outside of football. Because before that, footballers were footballers. But Beckham was like, well, it's my new hair, it's my public appearance, it's what I'm wearing.
Yeah,
it's about me as well, not just the team, which,
I think he's insulted because he took the money, insulted the LGBT community.
Did he?
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
I didn't like you. It didn't come up.
I don't know enough about it to talk about it.
I know, like Gary Neville did some documentary and stuff. I've watched a bit of that.
The only way David Beckham can get back on track now, because he was a thingy for LGBT, wasn't he? He was
like an ally, like a advocate, or
an advocate.
Yeah,
and the only way back now is if he gets fucked.
Alright, guys, I've realised that I've messed up with the whole guitar thing, so I'm going to make it like we're in the competition.
It's a porno.
Yeah, like and subscribe so you can.
You can edit that out if you think it's too bad.
Nah, it's fun.
I'm joking.
Caddy jokey.
What was I going to say? Yeah. Do you know what? Usually I don't like Argentina as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of these people as well. You know, like, oh, Maradona done the hand of God. I'm like, oh, so fuck.
Yeah.
Like it was years ago.
Fucking ages ago.
Like no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. I think because of Messi as well, though, people were
I
like...
actually really want Messi. I did want Messi to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because he is an outstanding player.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for French striker. What's he called again? Mbappe. Is it Mbappe?
Mbappe.
Mbappe. Like fucking, let's start again. I felt sorry for the French striker Mbappe.
I'm leaving that in.
Fucking doing me over, man.
Yeah.
Did you see Brendan Schaub get done over the other day?
No.
He called Brendan Schaub called one of them something like a totally different name. But yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Do you pronounce it like Mbappe?
I think is it like that song like Mbappe, 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 Mbappe? Oh yeah, it's Mbappe.
Yeah, I felt a bit sorry for him.
Yeah, I did.
But then I thought, how much fucking money's he got?
Yeah. Well, someone made a good. One of my mates made a good point because he said like, because I said, oh, I want Argentina to win because I think Messi deserves a World Cup. Yeah. He was like, no one deserves a World Cup.
Of course.
If he go and win it then, and I was like, oh yeah, fair enough. I'd like him to win it because he's done so well. It's his last one, no doubt. So I was pleased he won.
It's
not they won.
But then you just think, how much money have they got?
Oh yeah.
But I'm not one of these people as well who says I hate that as well. That's another thing I hate. I sound like I'm just in one of them moods today. But I hear that when people go, oh, it's so much money, they should donate. And I'm like, no, they shouldn't.
No.
Do what the fuck they want with the money. They've earned it.
Yeah. It's not their fault. The industry they love is...
being good at football.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have a problem with people doing well.
No.
You can't have a problem with people doing well. You can't say that person should give their money to this because of that. You know, like, you just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Just... let them earn the money.
Yeah.
And if they want to donate, there's
so many donate a lot of it.
Exactly what I was about to say. So many celebrities and people who are earning big money are probably donating a lot of money. Yeah. Without people knowing how much they're donating.
But it's for tax purposes. Well, again, so fuck, they're still helping someone.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah. George Michael, there was loads of things came out on George Michael when he died on how much money he donated. Yeah. To people. I mean, put the list up of George Michael. What did George Michael, like it says... what did George Michael donate? Like, he donated loads. George Michael's such a good singer. Yeah. George Michael, do you like George Michael music?
Yeah. Oh, it was when I got married. I got married in Italy, and one of our mates that was with us, he what did he put on Club Tropicana?
Yeah, Wham days.
Yeah, and that became like the song of the holiday. Yeah. That's nice. Oh, George gave a stranger 25 grand to cover their debt. 8 times George Michael stunned fans with his active charity.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like he's giving it to people who like
him. He'd done it so quick. People didn't know this until he died.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of stuff, you know, like...
It's not like taking pictures, giving a homeless person a sandwich.
Like giving him a sausage roll, some homeless guy a sausage roll. Yeah. Look at him there. He looks like David Dickinson there. Like a Hollywood 5 version of David Dickinson. Yeah. What's he done? Come on.
I'm trying to find it. It's always these things you have to scroll for stuff.
George Michael was a hunk, wasn't he?
He was a good looking fella. George Michael annually donated 100 grand to help deprived London children.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
What a guy.
What a guy. Gave a stranger 15 grand for IVF treatment. Oh.
You've just come, haven't you?
Fucking hell, guy.
You could have donated.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been cash. George gave 50k to send deprived children on a trip to Lapland. Oh, fucking hell. Like, yeah, like you can understand why people would be
like, yeah,
tweeting about this, or free concert for NHS nurses. 55k for a guitar, and he bid 55k for a guitar and then gave it back to be auctioned again.
Yeah, but he kept all this quiet. Yeah. He didn't go around saying, oh, look what I've done.
Yeah. Worked undercover at a homeless shelter. Wow.
Who's the guy who died from Black Panther who had cancer? What was his name again?
Yeah.
Do you know what his name?
I know what you mean.
His name's went out of my head.
Yeah, same.
He had cancer and he went visiting the kids who had cancer, didn't he? Yeah. And like, never let anyone know he had cancer. There's people out there in the world who do genuine things because they're genuinely nice people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. That's so sad though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
He didn't tell anyone for a long time either, did he? Until
but
it got really
He
bad.
was visiting kids with cancer, and like not even. Obviously, not going to go on about it to kids, but he wasn't even like.
Yeah.
Like, do you know? That's quality. That's what, like, to have that sort of like kindness in you.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are kind though. I think there's loads. I think there's more kind people than there is evil in the world. Definitely.
Just evil and negative stuff sells papers. Of
course it does.
You get clickbait from negativity, getting
That's why I don't.
angry reaction.
That's why I don't. I try not to watch the news. I try not to.
I think that's a great shout. To be fair, like it's not about.
There's no point.
Yeah.
Anything negative now, I just see you later.
I'm going to try more like manifesting and stuff this year.
Yeah.
Where you like talking really positively and in present tense about the things you want to achieve and that like
a big cock.
Positive energy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I want a small statue Greek cock, mate. Sick of carrying this big lump round. Get it back.
What is that? What would you be your main? If I was to ask you a question now on your main goal this year, what would it be? Do you know? Because if you don't fucking know,
if you don't know where you're going, how are you gonna get there, kid? That's what my like first couple of weeks in this office are going to be like, mapping out my goal setting. You might see next door because we're moving into a new studio in the coming weeks. I've got a little vision board on there of stuff I want to achieve. There's a winning lottery ticket on there as well, because I thought, fuck it, why not stick it on there?
Of course.
But yeah, I just want to be better and more consistent, more structured, like you were saying before, with the stuff I'm doing everything I want to do. I'm at the bottom, and I want to look back this year and think I've come really far this year, and I want to end the year knowing that I've done my best, I've done well.
Yeah.
You know, I've made enough money to pay my bills, to give my kids a good quality of life, and know that I'm not stressing about money. I'm, you know, particularly with like, you know, cost of living, all this stuff now. Every penny we can get. It's just we made the stupid mistake. We just got a smart meter. Every time you walk in the kitchen to make a brew, you're like, fucking hell, I'm not going to bother. Turn all any lights on in this house. Like,
does it tell how much is it? I don't. Yeah. I had a smart meter in the old house, but not in the new, I don't have a smart meter in the new house. I just wait for the bill.
Yeah. To be fair, it's not been too. It's gone up like everyone else's has. It's not. I think we're on like one of the better rates you can get with UW. I think it is, if anyone knows them. But
fuck them company.
They're saving us a few quid, that's for sure. But
it's mental.
Yeah. Steve made a good point this morning. We didn't have a smart meter before the cost of living crisis. So it's not like we've seen it this much and now we're seeing it this much.
Yeah.
We're just seeing it at what it is. So we're kind of getting used to it. So we're just having to make sure,
making people more conscious, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I am like making sure we're not leaving loads of lights on.
COVID done to people as well, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Made them more conscious.
Yeah.
Otherwise you end up with fucking glandular fever like me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I got told? I was driving to a gig and I've been bad. Luckily, one of the...
If a doctor ring up and say, listen mate, it's not good news, no comedy tonight.
Mate, I was driving a gig with another comedian, Fran Garrity. We were driving to Grimsby, and luckily, the week or the 2 weeks before that, I'd had a full week off comedy. Now, I don't know if my body just totally shut down that week.
Yeah.
Because I was already like thinking, oh, God, I'm getting a bad throat, really bad throat. I looked like I'd been fat booved.
Yeah.
So my glands went big.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit big now.
You still got it?
Eating as well.
How long have you had glandular fever for, mate?
9 years. I tried, so the week I had off, I'd ended up going in and got blood tests because I kept getting bad. I had tonsillitis, I had antibiotics for that. That was on like the 15th of November. I remember texting you, I was in the hospital. Yeah. Not in the hospital, in the hospital waiting room to get tested. Then I had my bloods took, got my results back when I rang them, and I rang them and the loudspeaker was on in the car. So I rang my doctors up and they just said, hi, you all right, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I'm on some test results. I said, yeah, name, date of birth. Give them my name and date of birth. I said, I've got blood tests. I said, what's it for? They said, oh, have you not received a text? So I'm driving like that. I was like, no. I went, I've got a new number though. I said, I've changed my number. I said, right, okay. I said, and I was thinking, is it bad? She's like, well, you've got Epstein-Barr virus. I was like, yep. She's like, nothing you can do with it. I was like, she went, would you like me to pass you some details on about the virus? I was like, yeah, please. I was like, what? She was like, just keep doing what you're doing for it. And I was like, fuck. Put the phone down. Yeah. They sent me a text. The text said this. I won't say what practice it is where I go to. No. But the text said this. Dear Mr. Kilverton, Epstein-Barr virus. Thanks. Blah, blah, blah. Medical practice. That was it.
Like they're ordering a takeaway.
So now Fran Garrity keeps texting me, like, just saying, like, dear Mr. Coulton, good luck in your gig tonight. Thanks, Fran Garrity. Just to go, like, but I checked it in it. Well, it's like,
it's from the herpes.
yeah, it's from the herpes.
But like 1 in 4 people have it or something like that.
9 in 10, bitch.
Oh, fuck no.
Don't worry, I looked that up.
Yeah, well,
and then I rang my missus up and she was like, you been cheating? I was like, no, it's passed through saliva. She was like, and semen. I was like, no one's jizzed on me. Not lately anyway.
Not today. Yeah.
I was like,
but there's a study they've done recently that they realised that MS, they think, can be caused from Epstein-Barr.
Oh, man.
Or like a derivative of it. So, yeah, watch out for that, mate.
And cancer.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But
Well, look after your gut. That's the trick.
Everyone, a lot of people have had it, but a lot of people, when you've got it when you're younger, you don't really get it when you're older.
Yeah.
So I got
measles
older,
and that.
Fuck me. Fucking hell. My glands were so big.
Yeah.
I honestly look like I've been proper fat, but I've been going to the gym. First time back in the gym today, like I say, that's my...
Plus Christmas as well.
Yeah. Literally.
Got to eat good.
That's it now. Back in the gym today. Done about 3 miles on the treadmill, walking, running. Done a little bit of shadow boxing and that.
Yeah.
Thinking I was hard in the corner.
Knocking out trees.
I was going to see how long I do that for. Just so you're watching me.
Yeah. Well, everyone, that's all wrap up there. You can't stop, can you?
Yeah, so many people not watching now.
Yeah. Just check the
so
stats,
that's me
mate.
back in the gym, drinking loads of water. And then this year, I'm going to be touring as well. But first, I've got some shows in. I'm doing some big comedy clubs. I'm doing... which I'll be announcing now. I'm doing Comedy Carnival in Leicester Square.
Oh, mint.
On January 26th, and then I'm doubling up that night and going over to Backyard Comedy Club in London as well on the 26th. So I'm starting off in Leicester Square doing that, and then I'm going over to Backyard Comedy Club.
Big time that now. I think got multiple.
Oh, that's it.
You can find open mic night on the same date and just...
Dave Chappelle's done Backyard.
Really? Can
Dave Chappelle.
Mate.
So hopefully I do as well as he did.
Yeah, man. Obviously getting in the right places.
That's it. And then, but this year's touring, I'm doing a little tour. There's a lot of people asking me now, when you're going to do your own stuff, like when you're not like doing support tour, are you going to do your own stuff? When you're going to do a show? Every time I do a show and I'm on like a mixed bill, people come up to me after and go, "Do you ever do any like where you're just doing you, not hosting?" So now it's time to sort of just like plan a little map out of where I'm going.
Exciting.
Little arty rooms and
basements and a comedy like.
Yeah. I'm going to go the big time. I'm going to have bodyguards and everything.
Yeesh. I'll see if I'm free.
Yeah, I'm going to just be a changed man. I'm wearing this jacket on.
Yeah, man. Just get people cuddling you.
That's it. This is the cuddle jacket. If anyone wants a cuddle, might get Epstein-Barr virus. That's only for kissing.
Yeah. Or jizzing.
Yeah, I'll jizz. Anyone wants to jizz on me.
Good to see you doing well. Like, even from when we've met to now, like you're just constantly gaining ground. Like you're doing better and better. It's good to see.
Just really
exciting
good.
to see.
I'm really good.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Don't mess with this.
I'm fucking really good. What it is, I think, is just being positive. I think if you're positive and you look, then you obviously you can't know in comedy though. You can't just like say, "Oh, I'm going to be positive."
Yeah,
you've got to be funny as well.
Yeah. Have you bombed much recently? Oh, that's like the.
It doesn't happen.
See.
Doesn't happen. I had a Christmas gig. To be honest with you, I've done a Christmas gig. Any comic will tell you about Christmas gigs. Fuck me.
Pissed up work parties.
Won't say, oh yeah. Done one. It was like 300 people there. I turned up and I was headlining. And the comics went on. One was off Britain's Got Talent. He went on first. And he was like singing with them and having a crack with them. And then he sat trying to do his material or just talking over him. And the compare went back on. Mike Milligan, good guy. And they were like listening and not talking. And then I went, but bearing in mind, this comedy show started at 10 o'clock at night.
So everyone's already hammered.
Everyone was just hammered, just pissed, all work dues. And the DJ was like fucking Rain Man. And he was like, "I'll bring you on after I put a bit of Cher on." And I was like, "No, you don't." He was like, "I'll have him." And literally before I went on stage, they were on the dance floor, just dancing. And I was like, and I said to Mike, I said, "I'm not going on here."
Yeah.
I said, "Fuck that." I went on like 11:15 or something at night. And I just said, everyone, they were just talking when I came on the stage. I was like, "So who wants to listen to me?" Yeah, but there's like 200 of the 300 there. We're like, "Wait," and like I was like, "If you don't want to listen," I said, "You can just fuck off out if you want," and all that. I said, "I see it." I think some woman got offended because I called her Cilla Black or something. Something like, if you got offended, there's nothing to be offended about. It's just a joke. It's just your dress was very sparkly.
Yeah, you didn't even know you were going to say it. It just comes out. It's comedy.
No, to be honest with you, I'd done like 20 minutes or something, and I got a big laugh. And then after the show, I got messages saying how great I was, and I was like, no one fucking listening, was there? But that's what happens with Christmas shows in them type of environments. Like, I've just said I've got an agent now. I just said, don't be booking me on for them no more.
Yeah.
I can't be arsed with them. I want to go to shows where people want to listen all the time. But
you did a corporate gig, didn't you? Like in the middle of a big office block.
Yeah. That was when I first started.
Yeah.
But they're the only times I've really like had a gig where they've been a bit like, I had a woman attack me. You know that?
Yes.
That went viral.
Yeah.
The woman attacking me but do you know what? The comedy is just like, anything can happen. I seen a clip of Larry Dean the other day. I put up, I liked it anyway. It was like the weirdest heckle he's got. And it was like some woman just kicking off at him. And you can see Larry's not that type of comic to make a dick out of anyone. She's going, you're making a cunt of me or something like that. And the woman's talking about our dad's just died, and that happens a lot, you know, in comedy. People come and like make it about them.
Yeah.
And, like you can see Larry's not even done anything.
The comic doesn't know you. Doesn't know your dad's died.
Yeah, but he's not even done anything about that as well. That's the worst bit as well. And they're kicking off and like trying to make it like, and you can see the way Larry just handles it like a genius, to be fair, smashes it. But like I've had it myself, you know, like people like, not so much no more.
Is that on his Insta? Do you want me to?
No, it's on his TikTok.
Oh, no, yeah.
Not so much on not so much no more. I don't get it, but I used to be quite ruthless though when I went out. Like I used to be more ruthless than I am now. And that's not me saying I've mellowed, because I haven't. I just know comedy now. I used to think calling someone a cunt all the time would be like the big laugh.
Yeah,
but it was funny.
I said it.
But then sometimes I'd be like, I used to get so offended by people talking when I was on stage that I used to pick up on everyone talking. Anyone, if you spoke in a show that I was doing, I'd just ruin my gag to go. But then now I know like that people do that. Yeah. And the reason I know that is from when I've went to see comedians myself. Like they might say something funny and I might turn and laugh and say that was like funny, and I'm not talking, I'm enjoying the show. Yeah. There's also times
just rinse them for.
There's also times when people have been, especially there's this guy. He's been to like 3 of my shows. Like 3 shows that I've been on. Yeah. He's just sat in the theatre and he sits at the front and he watches with his arms folded and goes all the way through.
Entertain me.
Basically, yeah. And I always spot him, like, because I've seen him at 3 shows, and I spot him looking, and I'm doing my material and he goes like that.
More like that.
Every time I finish the show, he finds me and goes, fucking brilliant. And I go, what? I'm always shocked as well. Yeah. I'm like, the first time he'd done it, I was really shocked. I thought, oh, here we go. He had a face to him. Everyone else was really laughing. And he was just sat there. And he goes, fucking genius. I was like, oh, nice one, mate. I was like, do you enjoy it? He's like, yeah, love it. Like, and then he comes back and he watches me, but he must laugh quiet. Like, he must.
Yeah. Well, I found that.
That's not to say any comic who's got the whole crowd doing that. That means you're a shit comic still.
No. But they say that, like, if you go and watch a comic, you're watching it from a comic's perspective. You might not be laughing at the jokes, but you think they're really good, really funny, because you're not, like, relaxing to just enjoy it. You're, like, analysing it a bit. And I think some fans of comedy do that as well. Like, I'll watch tons of comedians. I won't laugh all the time, but I'll really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think some people are just a bit like, they've got that. He might just have, like, a bit of a comic's brain. Like, he just loves comedy, so he's always
the hardest
analysing
thing
it.
If anyone's doing the comedy that I do a lot of when I'm actually doing, because no one really sees my material, but my material is storytelling. Yeah. So I talk about the kids, I talk about my missus, I talk about life, stuff that's going on in my life, going on holiday, all that type of stuff. The hardest thing to do, I think, as a comic when you're first starting off is talk through the silence. Yeah. But then you've got to remember, if you watch like Bill Burr, you watch like Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Peter Kay, and when they are doing a story, if you Lee Evans even, like them, when they're doing a story, you listen to how quiet it is for a bit, then boom, laugh. Yeah. Then they want to hear again, and that's the key to it, is to sort of enjoy that silence when you're doing a story. Yeah. And build them up. But you've got to hit them.
They've reset here. I can get another good laugh out.
You've got to hit them with a bang. Yeah. You can't just do that and then them stay quiet. Yeah. You know, and a bit of a. And then also what I've learned as well, is sometimes when you get a big laugh, you can ruin your applause break by going in for another big laugh.
Yeah.
Straight away. I've done that loads.
Yeah.
So many times I've watched stuff and I was like, fucking hell. Getting an applause break there. I've let them get 2 claps. I went, and then I went to say another joke and it's went,
like,
and the laugh's because and it's just timing.
Yeah.
It's just working on the timing of like, and sometimes you think, well, I've got a huge laugh off that there. Do I need to add to that or not? Or do I just get the huge laugh? Go on.
I always think that, you know, when you have your big laugh, you aim for like a big laugh at the end. So when everyone starts laughing and clapping, you're like, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And that's like your big finale, isn't it? I often wonder, like, if you've got your joke ready, but the joke before gets a massive laugh, would you just knock it on the head and be like, right, that's my big finisher there. I've got the laugh I wanted. I'm not going to risk it and do my big one.
Yeah, now I would. You've got to know when to...
Yeah. You can't be like, I like that joke, so I want to tell it. Not...
But I've got a joke that I do. A lot of people will see me do it. On going to soft play with the kids. And the bit before the big laugh sometimes gets a bigger laugh.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, fuck. Because that's got an applause break and a big laugh. But I've got to finish the joke. Because it doesn't finish there.
Yeah.
But then
you can't end it there because people are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so, but then sometimes you can work stuff, you can change stuff, you can add little things to your set as well. Sometimes you don't even mean to add it.
Yeah, you think, I'm going to keep that.
You'll get a huge laugh, and then sometimes it won't get the same laugh anywhere. Everywhere is different, I suppose. But
would you make a note of that joke? Like, I made that bit up and it went down really well. I'm gonna.
Yeah. I buy a video, everything I do.
Oh, of course, yeah.
In case I get attacked. And then go viral again. People who go to comedy shows will get offended at dicks.
Yeah.
Honestly, the dicks. I would never go to a comedy show and ever be offended. No matter what they say.
I think people don't realise the context of comedy, that you are there to see someone talk about anything and everything and try and make it funny, and it's all about like how you link the jokes together.
No comedian has ever went on stage. Well, I would assume this. Maybe I'm right.
Even the likes of Jimmy Carr or whatever, who was renowned for being like...
Yeah. No comedian's ever went on stage and thought, I'm going to ruin your night.
Yeah.
Because no comedian does it for that. Unless they're doing it the wrong thing then. They're not doing the right job.
Unless you can laugh at yourself, you shouldn't go to a comedy club.
Yeah. But no comedian... What I'm saying is no comedian goes out and thinks... Yeah. I want to ruin your night.
Yeah, I'm going to pick someone and I'm going to make them cry.
They want you to message them and say to them after and how good they are.
Yeah.
How funny they are. They don't want you to say, oh, I thought you were horrible.
Yeah. They want to send that clip to them. Like, look, you took the piss out of me. Yeah.
But they don't want you to say, oh, I thought you were horrible. I thought you were really rude.
Yeah. You really upset me.
But there's ways you can do it as well.
Yeah.
There's a speciality about calling someone a cunt.
Yeah. Can't go around calling someone a cunt willy-nilly.
Only certain people can get away with it. Only certain people can get away with it.
Yeah.
They can. I put that proof.
And it's who you're saying it to as well.
Yeah, but there is especially I've seen some of I've called some of the oldest women in the crowd. Old women are the worst.
Yeah. the older lady. Yeah.
Older men are the worst as well.
Yeah.
Older men, you shouldn't be talking to me like that. Fuck off. Fuck off. You
show some respect. Respect's earned, you prick.
No. Seriously, some people just think they're entitled to like you know like you've got to have the crack. You've got to have the crack. You can't go on though and just call everyone a cunt. If that was my job,
yeah,
like it'd be great.
You still got to be good material. Oh yeah, you still get called people cunt for a living, which is pretty cool. But
you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy says it in Raw. I think in Raw where he says when Bill Cosby chastised him for swearing and saying you can't swear, he said that's not my act. Doesn't just go on stage and go shit bastard dick.
Yeah.
Fuck cunt. Good night.
Yeah.
Do you know like you don't? It doesn't happen like that. Like. Well, that's one thing I used to do.
Is the Aussie comedian again? His name's got in my head.
Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries. Oh, fuck, I love Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries is brilliant.
But he was talking about that where I think... his name's gone out of my head now. Who are you on about then?
Jim Jeffries.
And...
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Yeah, Bill Cosby said something similar to Jim Jeffries. And he was like, fucking hell, I think I'd rather a bit of swearing than a bit rapey.
No, what it was is there's a lot of people saying about Jim Jeffries swearing and saying he says cunt a lot.
He claims to have brought the I hate calling it the cunt word, but the C word sounds like I don't want to say it. He reckons he's responsible for bringing cunt back into comedy.
Yeah, he says cunt
back into comedy because he was Australian. He could get away with it.
Yeah. So, I had an Australian in the crowd the other day. It was brilliant. And I said to him, there was an Australian in the crowd at Stickies, and I said, where are you from? He's like, cause obviously he already started talking to me when I stopped.
Yeah.
He was like, Australia. I was like, I I said, "You're the only people." I said, "You're the only people who get away with saying cunt." I said, "It's so good." I was like, "Go on, tell me to fuck off and call me cunt." He was like, "Fuck off, you can't."
Fuck off, you can't.
And I started laughing. So the whole crowd started laughing. I went, "News and Glaswegians," and a girl went, and the lad in front.
I'm from Glasgow.
Yeah, the lad in front of us from Glasgow. So I made them have an argument of calling.
Leave that there. We're good.
Was it still on me or?
Oh yeah.
I made them have an argument of calling me calling each other a cunt anyway. But Jim Jeffries says that about Bill Cosby because obviously people were like he said I'd rather say cunt than be a rapist.
Yeah.
Or something, you know. And then he does a full gag on Bill Cosby, doesn't he? But
Yeah.
Bill Cosby said he's going to tour again.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to tour again. It's in the news. Put Bill Cosby.
Is he out yet?
Yeah, he's out.
Stop following it. I'm one of these people who just...
Well, you stop following him on. You stop following him on Instagram.
yeah. Unfollow.
Bill Cosby put tour.
My Google algorithm or stuff like that can be like small dicks.
News.
Is that him?
That's not Bill Cosby.
Oh, Bill Osby. That's not his name, right? Who's Bill Osby?
Bill Cosby tour. Plans to tour in 2023. Fucking hell.
Is he going to do like a Johnny Cash and like only tour prisons? Just get transferred all the time. Jesus Christ.
Is it legit news? If you put it on, go back to Google and go on
Variety.com, I don't know. Is that a reputable source?
Go on news. Just go on, go up
on
to
the
news.
top.
Yeah. The Guardian. Bill Cosby plans a tour again in 2020.
I love that.
Is that Prince Andrew with him?
Yeah, he's supporting.
Tour support.
They're going to do a matinee. TV comedian who was convicted in Pennsylvania of criminal sex assault charge in 2018 is looking to return to live performing next year, according to a report on Tuesday.
Bill Cosby. Who's going to get tickets for that?
I know. Someone will, though. There'll be people who'll be like, he never did it.
Listen, I had the most weird thing with a family member the other day who was getting a bit older in my family. Someone who's getting older. They're like at that old age of... And they didn't hear what I said. And I said a joke about like Jimmy Savile or something.
Yeah.
Like that's what my family are like. No, I said like a daft little joke. No, I said, do you watch that Jimmy Savile documentary? I was talking to my young cousin. And an older generation of my family, one of the blokes. He was like, he wasn't that bad. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, what's your argument for that? And he said, when he was doing a run years ago, he said, all right. I was like, just because he said all right doesn't mean... He was like, he'd have had to be 150 to fuck that many women. I was like, it wasn't women. It wasn't women. He's having fucking orgies with dead bodies, for fuck's sake.
Oh, man.
Savile, what a guy.
Not
what a guy in that way. Savile.
I know what you're trying to... Yeah, I know what you mean. What a...
Cosby, though. Fuck me. Back to Cosby.
Yeah.
Fuck Jimmy off for a bit. But back to Cosby, though.
Spoilt for choice of comedic nonsense.
How he thinks he's going to tour again. I don't understand. Do you think people would buy it? Do you think if Bill Cosby done a tour, right? And he said, I'm going to do Middlesbrough Town Hall, do you think you'd sell it out?
Yeah.
You really do?
I wouldn't be going, but I reckon there'd be enough people who'd be like, oh, I'm going to... Like, they want to tell people... I want to see him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they'll... I don't...
You think he would?
I think some people will. Because there's always, like, not saying it was your uncle, he said, but there'll be someone like that who'd be like, well...
my uncle isn't a fucking nonce.
Yeah. He's got a pick of his seats. Oh, it's good, thank you.
Isn't a bad guy.
I'm used to doing comedy with the crowds and the people. And
who was that? Is that Chief Wiggum?
I think it was, yeah. Come and play Springfield.
Fuck me. Oh, Cosby, that's a rap, man. Let's leave it on that. Yeah. Let's leave this podcast.
End on that.
I hope no one was offended. Honestly.
But if you are, keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, back to Cosby again. Cosby, he can't surely be too. He can't be. He must be deluded.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he doesn't realise what people think of him. I think he still feels that he's untouchable. Yeah. Used to doing the touching. Not.
Yeah. Cosby, man. Because he was known as an all-time great before that.
Oh, he was like an American
hero.
Like, he was like the nation's grandpa sort of comedy and.
Fucking hell. Yeah, he was. And then now
he probably like weirdly paved the way for a lot of like African American comics because he was on. I think there's another comic who's even talked about that. Like he was on TV at a time when there weren't a lot of or as many prominent black sort of. And then you think, fucking hell, he was
a dick to Eddie Murphy though.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a dick to Eddie Murphy. Told Eddie Murphy that he shouldn't be swearing in his. You can't say this. No, I haven't seen Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know what that voice was there. It sounded like someone off The Ring. What I was, but
another Simpsons character.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy, because he said he used to do a joke, didn't he, about saying, as a heckle put down, he used to say, "Shut up, I'll throw my wallet at you and knock you out." Like Eddie Murphy used to say, he's like, you can't talk about having money and all that.
Yeah,
he had a big go at Eddie Murphy about saying that he can't swear and he can't. Eddie Murphy's a genius, though.
Yeah,
but he used to do a great impression on Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And then he rang Richard Pryor up. That's what he said. He rang Richard Pryor up. And Richard Pryor just said exactly the same mindset as what I have. Does it make people laugh? And Eddie Murphy said, yeah. He's like, do you get paid? He's like, yeah. He's like, we'll tell Bill to have I think he says, tell Bill to have a Coke and a Mars band, shut the fuck up. Something like that.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So big things coming. Tune in the next week because we'll have another episode out and we're going to have more guests on as well in the future. But if you like what you see, hit subscribe. Thanks for listening to Do You Know What I Mean podcast.